Hello class, we're ready to start week 4. So I opened up Moodle and I'm going to the lesson plans and heading to the topic of Jainism. Hinduism was scheduled for week 3 and it could go into week 4 if need be. And then Jainism is a lesson plan 5 for week 4. And this one is required to be completed this week. And you have, again, the required lecture for 4 minutes in the Jane notes ready for you, and some music, of course. And why is there a swastika? Swastika is an ancient Aryan, actually Indian symbol, and it means prosperity, love, peace, fertility, all these wonderful things. And so sometimes when you're in a Jain temple, a Buddhist temple, a Hindu temple, you will see a swastika, and you're thinking, what the heck is a swastika doing here? And it has nothing to do with the connection to Nazism. Actually, Hitler took the concept of a swastika and flipped it the other way around and utilized it for his own misdeeds. Okay, here we have the required reading. So again, it's an ancient Indian symbol there. We have 2 readings up here and then 1 down here, so there's 3 total. And they're very, I think of them as kind of brief readings. This one's the pluralism.org from Columbia and Harvard, and it explains to you Jainism. And, you know, if you open these up, you'll see that it really covers it in a nice little 10-page and covers the main points here. And Mahavira is the founder of Jainism. He's recognized from the scholarly viewpoint as the founder, kind of contemporary with Buddha 2,500 years ago. From a Jain's perspective, he's not the founder so much of the religion. He's the last of a long line of Jain saints, and he would be recognized as the 24th Tirthankara or Ford Maker, and that's an enlightened saint here to teach us how to attain moksha. So the Jain's perspective and the academic perspective will be slightly different there. And then, I'm sorry, the Jains, yes, I said that right, okay. And then here we have pluralism, just a 1-page on how they practice ahimsa, which means compassion or nonviolence in their daily life. And definitely read that one. And this one here is an article explaining the vegetarian position and how it really does seem to match the Jain perspective. The author doesn't so much talk about Jainism, is the argument that animals have a central nervous system, and because of that they can experience pain, and then the whole ahimsa argument is connected to that. So that one is required because I wanted you to understand the ahimsa argument as it is espoused specifically by the Jains, but also it's embraced by various Buddhist groups, Hindu groups of course, and some Sikh groups. So here we have a sidebar noting that there is one line in there that some people find offensive in this article, where there's a connection between a slaughterhouse and the Holocaust. And the actual comparison was made by a Jewish rabbi on an HBO documentary. And what the author is doing here is he's just quoting that rabbi. He's not necessarily developing that comparison himself. Okay, so going to the films here, we have Ahimsa documentary. And it is one of my absolute favorites. I have these favorites in the class, and this is one of them. I'd say one of my top 5 films, or probably top 3. It's over an hour, but I'm asking you to watch 31 minutes. Why 31? Because there's that one last scene in the last minute I wanted you to watch. This film is produced by Mount SAC Philosophy Department on the Jain Introduction. Actually, my husband made that one. It's a very good one. And this one is just for a fun one, but students like it. They always comment they like this one. It's 3 minutes. And it's a congressman who ran for president and a long time ago, but well, 7 years ago. But he is at a, I guess, kind of a conference where he is, or giving a speech where he's honoring the Jain religion. So students really like that. They find it very inspirational, his concepts there. Now this one here is an optional one that a student put up for me. It's a kid's film on Jainism, and that one is optional, but the other 3 are required. And then moving to the post topic, okay, and it's really focusing more on the why don't eat faces argument, because we are going to when we get to the exam, we'll be focusing on the other material here. Discuss the Jain history and beliefs, their ethics, the Ahimsa film, and the other short films that you looked at. So you'll see some Jains cover their mouth. Not all Jains, but some of the monastics will cover their mouth with a white cloth, and that represents 2 things. It represents honesty. One of their vows is never to lie, never to slander, never to gossip, but it also protects them from breathing in insects because they're very serious about ahimsa. And there's also another monastic order. There's the Shvetambara, which are the white-clothed, and then the Digambara. And in the film that you will see on Ahimsa, this film, going back real quick here, on Ahimsa documentary, you'll see what are called Digambara monks. Those are sky-clothed monks. That means they wear nothing but the sky. In other words, they're naked. And it's not for the lay person to walk around naked in India. That would be unacceptable in Indian society. But the monastic Digambara monks do walk around naked, and you'll see that in that film. So definitely watch it. No, I'm just kidding. No, just it's very academically done. Okay, so here we're clicking out of Jainism, and that completes week 4, lesson plan 5, and they're moving to Buddhism, and then Sikhism, and a little bit of Chinese religions. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this gave you some insights. Namaste.